That's exactly what we're seeing here tonight.
Here's Leo Baptistao on the ball. That's pretty sharp. Hernan Perez couldn't quite get to it. It was covered well by Pepe, but looking bright and sharp in these early moments. Espanyol, as James tries to send one through to Marco Asensio. It's blocked by the defence. Benzema holding on to the ball under pressure from Pape Diop. It's going to be a throw to Real Madrid. Quite often, Duncan, what people criticise of Espanyol against when they play against Real Madrid is they don't seem to quite have their hearts in it the same way as when they play against their neighbours and eternal rivals, Football Club Barcelona. But meanwhile, the first yellow card of the game is for Sergio Ramos. Just 2 minutes in, he's caught Leo Baptistao, and it's not the greatest start for the Madrid captain, going
in a really poor challenge
there.
And I tell you what, he's not far from being the last man. If that was a few more yards nearer the goal, that could have been Espanyol asking questions about a red card to the referee. In the end, it was quite a long way from goal, and there were other defenders around.
I think he might have got away with it because of just getting enough contact on the ball, but he went in with his feet up. And,
yeah, it's a poor lunge. It's a poor lunge, and Leo Baptistao, who I think is a very interesting striker, got there just ahead of him. He's a talented man. He's done the rounds. Baptistao, he's been at Atletico Madrid for years, but he's been sent out on loan to various different clubs. Now he's actually signed for Espanyol. It'll be interesting to see what he can do this season.
The kick floated in by Pablo Piatti. It's dealt with by Pepe. Yeah, Baptistao, I always felt, was at his most comfortable with Paco Gemes at Rayo Vallecano. He's one of those players who you always get the impression should score more goals than he actually does. Let's see if he can get settled in under Quique Sanchez Flores.
Well, I think that's exactly why he never actually broke through at Atletico Madrid. He's not a striker that scores enough goals for a team like Atletico Madrid. They're not a team that score an awful lot of goals anyway, so you certainly need a clinical striker. But I think he's one of many players who perhaps haven't quite reached their potential in other clubs. Pablo Piatti, you mentioned as well, he's on loan from Valencia. The likes of Baptistao and Gerard Moreno, the likes of David Lopez in the defence, Diego Lopez in goal. It's great to see him back in La Liga. Some real talented players that perhaps haven't quite reached their full potential and could well this season. I think it could be an exciting season for Espanyol, and certainly looks like being more exciting than last year, which wasn't a season to write home about.
Dani Carvajal caught there. It's going to be a free kick to Real Madrid. So far we've seen in these opening minutes a very motivated looking James Rodriguez.
Well, I'm not surprised he's motivated, because he's the player who's sort of had to play his way back into Zidane's side. I think he's not necessarily someone who's going to be first on that man's team sheet, and he's made it quite clear that he's certainly not going to pick any players just because of their name or just how much, or because of just how much they cost. And James Rodriguez, we've seen him in the last few, and he's starting because, okay, there's a couple of injuries, but he's starting because he's worked hard and he's played his way back into the starting 11. Yeah,
he's set up the winning goal in the Champions League game against Sporting Portugal the other day. A brilliant cross which was finished off by Morata. This is a player who came into Real Madrid and in his first season scored 17 goals and made 17 assists. His second season he played about half the minutes that he did in the first. And, well, he's certainly got to impress Zidane if he wants to get his chance. Meanwhile, it's a throw to Espanyol, hoiked away by Carvajal. A pretty lively opening 5 minutes from both sides.
Impressive from Espanyol. I think we've seen that clearance from Carvajal under pressure, which shows that they're pressing well high up the field. We've seen that lunge from Sergio Ramos because he was in a poor position, and Espanyol were exploiting, getting in behind the Real Madrid defence. So I think they've made a bright start, and they're playing some good football here against Real Madrid in the opening 5 minutes.
Casemiro plays it square to Dani Carvajal, thrusting forward down the right. Here's Lucas Vázquez. Takes on and beats Sanchez, gets into the box, tries a shot, it took a deflection. Just wide, and let's see who that deflection came off, whether it was an Espanyol defender. Certainly good work there from Vázquez. Oh, the corner given.
The two former Espanyol players very nearly combining there. It was Vázquez who did the trickery, and Asensio coming in at the back post.
James with the corner. It's going to have to be taken again. As the referee Hernandez sprints down to the other end of the pitch. And the Espanyol medics on the playing surface. I didn't see that action. It's Gerard Moreno. Although he's a bit covered, I think it's Gerard Moreno. This could be worrying for Quique Sanchez-Flores. He's got his problems at the back with David Lopez and Victor Sanchez, midfielders who were covering in the back four and have been doing for the last few games. And straight away, warming up, it's Alvaro Vázquez, Felipe Caicedo and Jose Antonio Reyes.
Plenty of quality to bring on, that's for sure. It's Pablo Piatti, actually, who's been injured. And you can see him, it's off the ball, he just pulls up, so it's often worrying when you see a player pick up an injury off the ball.
Yeah, that doesn't look too good, does it?
Maybe be some kind of muscular strain.
Well, the corner will be retaken. It's James Rodriguez who swings it in, greeting it there. The head of Sergio Ramos.
Well, you don't see Sergio Ramos miss many headers from there. It's a really poor effort in the end from Ramos, who'd done so brilliantly well to lose his marker, jump, meet the ball, but he couldn't direct it on goal. How many times have we seen Sergio Ramos find the back of the net from exactly that position on this occasion? He put it wide.
You can see how disappointed he is. Disappointed too is Pablo Piatti, who is going off at least to get some treatment, but it doesn't look as though it doesn't look too promising at all. Luka Modric with the ball in midfield picks out Marcelo, blocked by Lopez. Decent run. It's taken off him though by Casemiro, so important in midfield for Zidane. Espanyol just looking to control the tempo a little bit here. David Lopez plays it to his namesake. Javi Lopez gets it back from him.
Well, there's three Lopez's in the back five for Espanyol. Diego Lopez, a goalkeeper, Javi Lopez, a captain, and David Lopez, the new signing from Napoli.
Which makes one's job quite easy. Here's Casemiro. Neat footwork there from Vázquez. Here's James, who seems to be given freedom to roam all the way across the centre of the park. Luka Modric to Sergio Ramos. Still Ramos, Espanyol hanging back, allowing Madrid plenty of time. Modric over the top, intercepted by Sanchez. Marc Roca. Sanchez again wins the throw. That's Leo Baptistao rather who won the throw. Victor Sanchez to take it.
I think we might just have a substitution first.
Well, yes, indeed. On comes Alvaro Vázquez to replace Piatti. That's unfortunate for the Argentine.
Yeah, it's a real pity. I was looking forward to seeing him today as well. He's a very exciting player. One that we mentioned earlier that we've expected a bit more from over the years, but he's pacey and he's skillful and he's exciting to watch when he's on his game.
Real Madrid in no great rush, it's played back. Pepe drilling that towards Marcelo, but overhitting it. Gets the applause from his teammates, but it's giving the ball away. Here's Piatti just pulling up there as Dani Carvajal cleared that throw. Obviously a muscular problem.
Yeah, we saw him trying to play on Simon, I think, because there was another clip where he was pulling up later on. I think that's the first time that he noticed it. Tried to run it off and obviously it didn't work.
It's fallen loose for Leo Baptistao. He should really have done better there. It's a good save from Kiko Casilla. Baptistao looking a little bit annoyed with himself. Weak play at the back from Real Madrid, but that's the first attempt on target.
Well, the defenders complaining of a shove here from Baptistao. Let's watch this. He does just knock into Pepe. Nothing given by the referee, and it's a smart save down to his right-hand side by Kiko Casilla, who's made so many good saves at this stadium over the years.
Victor Sanchez plays the corner short. It's going to fall loose perhaps there for Gerard Moreno, but Luka Modric is able to clear. Hernan Perez back to Javi Lopez.
Kiko Casilla, Simon, the now Real Madrid goalkeeper, formerly of Espanyol, is held in such high regard at this stadium amongst these fans that they've actually named a gate after him. Gate 63 is the Kiko Casilla gate at Cornellà-El, and he was voted as one of the best 98 players in Espanyol's history in a recent poll. So he's a player that they absolutely loved here in his 4 seasons in the first team.
One of the best 98. That's
yeah, it's a slightly
interesting stat.
I assume it's for 98 parts of the stadium that are named after players.
Papa Diop goes down there, clipped from behind. He's going to win a free kick. Just caught there by Pepe, who stays down. By Casemiro, I beg your pardon. Seems like Casemiro's come off the worst.
Well, it was totally unintentional. I mean, it is a foul because he's impeded Pape Diop, but as we saw in that replay, it's actually Casemiro who... No, it's Pape Diop who gets kicked, I think. It's a strange one.
Well, there we see again that great opportunity for Leo Baptistao. It was a good save from Kiko Casilla. He was going the wrong way, managed to clear with his feet, and well, it's been a very lively opening 13 minutes. Problems for both sides in terms of injuries. Casemiro, the man receiving treatment, appeared to clip the back of Papa Diop's heel, but in the process came off suffering the worst, and so far unable to get up back to his feet. Quique Sanchez-Flores looking on from the sidelines. He'll be happy with the opening few minutes here, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Certainly looks like it's going to be a tougher game for Real Madrid. Espanyol, as we mentioned earlier, have got a terrible record against Real Madrid. 17 games on the bounce without a win. It's their worst run against any side in their history in the top flight. And actually, Real Madrid have won 7 of the last 8 against Espanyol, keeping a clean sheet in 6 of the last 8.
We've seen Casemiro limping off to receive treatment off the pitch, and from another angle there, Duncan, we saw that it's actually Papa Diop whose foot makes contact with the back of Casemiro's calf as he's trying to play the ball on. I'm not even sure the referee actually got it right. It looked to me as though it should have been a foul in favour of Real Madrid. I
think potentially it is a foul in favour of Espanyol because Casemiro's position means that he's impeding Papa Diop. It's not Papa Diop's fault that Casemiro's legs get tangled, but as you say quite rightly, it is actually Casemiro who receives the kick as Papa Diop's running.
Played back into the edge of the box. Espanyol insisting the shot, always going over the bar from the substitute, Alvaro Basquez. So much was expected from Alvaro Basquez as a young player as well. Looks like Pepe's taking a knock now.
Well, like a few of these players, Alvaro Basquez was here, of course, before he left for Getafe. Now he's come back after Getafe went down at the end of last season. And yeah, he's a young player, still a young player, that a lot has been and is expected of. Hasn't scored the amount of goals that people hoped he would.
Absolutely, he was talked about as a future number 9 for the Spanish national side. It hasn't quite come about yet, but as you said, still just 25 years of age, plenty of time to start getting amongst the goals. Great opportunity for him today against Real Madrid. Pepe still obviously struggling a little bit, but playing on. This is Marc Roca, Oscar Duarte, Victor Sanchez, Roca again. Long ball diagonally, easily intercepted by Marcelo. Needed the help of Ramos. Ramos plays it out.
Very good defending by Sergio Ramos. Calm and collected. Kept possession, didn't hoof the ball into the stands. And it meant Real Madrid have hung on to the ball here and can play themselves out of defence.
Casemiro back on the pitch. Obviously still struggling a little bit. The hope will be he can run it off.
Well, it's something you said earlier, Casemiro absolutely vital now to this Real Madrid side, and it's interesting because he's a player that Rafa Benitez obviously tried to bring in and the fans didn't like it, but as soon as Zidane arrived, he continued to put Casemiro in the side, and now I think the fans agree that he's absolutely vital to this Real Madrid team.
He is. He's got a tremendous ability to run himself into the ground. He's going to need it because he's clearly struggling out there now. That's a good ball over the top. There's an opportunity for Asensio. Keeps the ball in play. Still Asensio. Back to Marcelo. The cross came off Hernan Perez. Espanyol get it away only as far as Carvajal. Vasquez, chase back for Carvajal. The ball stays in play.
Really good pressure once again from Espanyol. Look at where Real Madrid have had to come back to, forced all the way back into their own half by Espanyol when they had the ball in and around the Espanyol penalty area just seconds beforehand.
David Lopez. Rather loose one forward. It'll go all the way through to Kiko Casilla. Well, if Casemiro does struggle, the logical replacement presumably is Kovacic. There he is, obviously going to find it really difficult to continue. Looks at the bench. I think that's the face of a player who knows he's not going to be able to last the 90 minutes.
I think so. With so many games coming up for these sides, especially the likes of Real Madrid who are playing in the Champions League, of course, it's just not worth risking a player of the importance of Casemiro. Okay, he could finish 90 minutes, but that could mean that he's out for 6 weeks, whereas if he stops now, you never know, they might be able to get him back into the first team within a few days. Let's hope it's nothing serious anyway. He's such a vital player and he's such a good player to watch in this Real Madrid side.
It's Toni Kroos who replaces him. Zidane having last few words with the German. Problems for Casemiro. But it's not too bad a situation if you can bring Toni Kroos, a World Cup winner, off the bench in his place.
It's certainly not too bad, is it? And this is what these great squads have got, of course, and precisely why Real Madrid basically made no signings over the summer. They brought in Alvaro Morata for 35 million euros, but other than that, they didn't really make any big signings whatsoever. Marco Asensio, who of course returned after his loan spell at Espanyol, and a few others, but there was just no need for Zidane to splash the cash too much, because the squad of players he has is absolutely magnificent. Morata was 25 million, not 35.
Modric on the ball. Misunderstanding there with Lucas Vasquez. He puts it out for a throw into Espanyol. And there's Casemiro with his calf with a block of ice on it. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Meanwhile, the ball played out by Diego Lopez. Not the best clearance, straight at Marcelo, who's caught and goes down. Play on, says the referee. No. Calls him back to give the free kick. Tells Sergio Ramos that he can take his own decisions. Thank you very much. His card is out. And, well, nobody can criticise Espanyol for playing blandly and not giving it 100% in these opening 20 minutes. It was Victor Sanchez with the foul. Hernan Perez, I beg your pardon, who gets the yellow card. And Marcelo gingerly limps away. Toni Kroos over the ball. Here's James, now Marcelo. Kroos back to Ramos. Kroos again. James Rodriguez. Luka Modric. Pepe out to Dani Carvajal. Here's Lucas Vasquez. Carvajal once more. Now this is better from Madrid. Vasquez with the cross. Marc Roca there to clear. Baptistao goes to fight with Pepe for it. Sergio Ramos clearing up from the back. The home fans appreciative of the effort being put in by the home side. This, of course, the 21st minute where the Espanyol fans traditionally applaud the memory of Dani Jarque. the captain of the side who died under such tragic circumstances a few seasons ago, and who was immortalised in world football by Andrés Iniesta in that World Cup final win over Holland in South Africa, with the Danny Harke t-shirt, a message to him, which he revealed on scoring the winning goal.
Yeah, a wonderful moment. I was interviewing Andrés Iniesta recently, actually, and we spoke about that moment, and he said exactly what you've just said there, Simon. He said that the thing that makes him happiest is that Danny Harke will always be remembered because of that goal, because whenever anyone thinks of that goal, they think of the celebration, and they think of the dedication to Danny Harke, and it was just a way for Andrés Iniesta to make sure that his friend lives forever in our memories, which is such a nice thing for him to have been able to do.
Yeah, especially with them representing the two rivals of the city, Barcelona and Espanyol, and Andrés Iniesta, a welcome presence in practically every ground in Spain, always can be guaranteed an ovation. Meanwhile, the game goes on. It's Hernan Perez trying to bust through the middle. He stopped just about on the halfway line. Modric picks out Marcelo. Michael Asensio trying to drive beyond Lopez, but Javi Lopez sticks to him. Asensio needing support. And the support came for the defender from Leo Baptistao. It's a throw to Real Madrid. No, it's a throw to Espanyol. It is impressive, the pressing from the home side so far.
Yeah, they're working really hard, and as we saw just there, right across the pitch, they're working hard. Leo Baptistao on that occasion, the striker all the way back, helping out his captain in defence.
Here's Leo Baptistao picking up the loose ball here. One or two early signs of hesitation at the back for Real Madrid. Dani Carvajal managing to play out of trouble. Pepe clears. It was only as far as Roca, his Papa Diop. They're looking very confident out there, Espanyol.
So dreadful they were against Real Madrid.
Throw in to the visitors, Carvajal to take it. Loose ball picked up by Roca. He finds Baptistao. Comes through to Hernan Perez. The shot blocked by Ramos, out by Ramos's face, and he's poleaxed. The referee immediately concerned about that, stops play. Zidane has a little smile, but that was tremendous. Ramos
You saw him claiming it was a handball from...
You're going to put any part of your body there.
What you're saying, and I think when it's a strike like that and it's coming straight for you, I think your natural reaction would be to protect yourself, but obviously that's not allowed.
Your natural reaction would be to get out the way.
Yeah.
That's not in Ramos's makeup, though. He's helped to his feet. I think he'll be all right, but he's going to feel groggy for a few minutes, that's for sure. That was right in the face, and that was superbly struck by the Paraguayan.
It's one of those that you wish you could have one of those graphics to see where the ball was going to go, because that looked like a wonderful strike, didn't it?
It certainly did. And Ramos, well, as I said, rather groggily leaves the pitch. He won't be off for too long, though. And it's going to be a drop ball from referee Alejandro Hernandez. Played back to Casilla and Pepe to play the ball out. The home fans really adding to the atmosphere here. They're jeering Ramos. Papa Diop just getting the better of Modric there. Moreno doing well. Change of direction, looking for Hernan Perez once more. He battles with Marcelo forward. It should be no problem for Kiko Casilla. Sergio Ramos, as you can see, back on the playing surface. And one or two jeers from the home fans who felt he might have been exaggerating the situation to avoid the referee giving the handball.
Exactly, I think they feel the referee's been duped here.
Here's Baptistao. This is really good from Espanyol. He goes down, it's a good challenge from Pepe. And he had to make it right on the edge of the box. Marcelo plays it out to Modric, who wins a free kick.
Yeah, it's a poor challenge this time from Pape Diop. A late one on Modric. Knew that Modric had got the better of him. Quite a cynical foul. Lucky to escape the yellow card, I think.
He lost control of it, and Modric was away.
And this is the challenge that you were talking about earlier. So important. In fact, he goes in originally with his right foot and then makes the challenge a second time with his left foot. And that touch is vital from Pepe, because Baptistao could have been away.
Marco Asensio. Here's Marcelo. Toni Kroos. Back to Asensio. The cross is blocked. Well blocked by Javi Lopez. Throw to Real Madrid. Lucas Vázquez chipping to the far post. James was arriving there quickly. It's played out by Gerard Moreno. It's a good one too. Pepe should get to that. He's helped out by Carvajal, who was a little bit quicker on his feet there. You could see that Pepe was struggling. Here's Ramos, fully recovered. Now Marcelo. That's a good ball. But David Lopez able to clear it up. Pape Diop gives it away to Toni Kroos. Here's Benzema. There's danger here. Good challenge again by David Lopez, and Javi Lopez gets it away. Well, it's fast and furious. One of the complaints sometimes made about Espanyol when they play against this side is they don't put the foot in, and they do very much give it 110% when they play against Barcelona. But I don't think any Barcelona fan watching this could complain about the attitude of Quique Sanchez Flores' men so far.
No, definitely not. They're playing very well indeed, and I think it's normal that a team puts in 110% in a derby, and when it's not a derby, obviously they're not working as hard as they would have been had it been Football Club Barcelona. But I don't think that Espanyol deliberately played badly against Real Madrid, especially on week 5 of the season, or week 4.
That's good play from Victor Sanchez, a former Barcelona man himself. Moreno plays it out back to Marc Roca. Alvaro Vázquez falls to Roca again. Here's Pape Diop. He's got a shot from that kind of distance, but couldn't see a way through. Javi Lopez wide to Hernan Perez. The cross blocked by Marcelo. It's good defending from Real Madrid. It's not the greatest clearance though from Asensio. Roca causing trouble. Leo Baptistao stumbles. Carvajal goes down, and it's going to be up to Luka Modric. One or two imprecisions going on in the back for Real Madrid at the moment. Carvajal was holding on to his knee, didn't see that Modric was playing it back to him. They've given the corner away. It looks like Carvajal is the latest Madrid player to be struggling.
He gets caught here by Marc Roca.
Seemed to catch Roca on the back of the neck.
Yeah, Roca just desperate to get something on the ball and almost kind of gets caught on his head, doesn't he, by Carvajal's backside.
Looks like Roca's okay, that's for sure. It's going to be Victor Sanchez with the corner. It's an in-swinger to the near post. It's Benzema who gets it away. And another opportunity for Espanyol.
Well, it's the best Espanyol have played here at Cornellà-El against Real Madrid for a good many years. As we mentioned before, 17 games without a win, and they're playing very well in these opening 30 minutes.
Victor Sanchez again floats this one up a bit higher. David Lopez got his head to it, but couldn't get any power behind it, and no problems for Kiko Casilla. I think what we're beginning to see, Duncan, is Quique Sanchez Flores' influence. His James, that is brilliant defending by Victor Sanchez. They haven't got it away though, back in by Asensio. And the flag up for offside against James. I think we're beginning to see the personality of Quique Sanchez Flores in this Espanyol side.
Yeah, they're still looking for their first win, as you mentioned earlier, but they have picked up 2 draws. They opened the season with defeat against Sevilla, then drew against Malaga and Real Sociedad, so it hasn't been the perfect start, but they've still got 2 points on the board. Still looking for their first win, and difficult that it comes tonight against a team like Real Madrid, especially this Real Madrid side, who are looking to equal that incredible record that Pep Guardiola's Barcelona set back in the 2010-2011 season of 16 straight wins in La Liga. They've already registered 15 straight wins, so a victory here tonight would put them level with that Pep Guardiola Barca side of the 2010-2011 season.
Fascinating to see it's 50-50 in possession after the first half hour. You wouldn't necessarily expect to see that.
No, you certainly wouldn't. Definitely not. I mean, let's not forget as well, Simon, that Real Madrid are missing their 2 best players. But at the same time, this Real Madrid squad, even if they put out a second 11, it would be a team full of world-class stars, full of players that have generated very high fees for them to move to Real Madrid. So there's strength and depth in this Real Madrid squad, and unbelievable players waiting in the wings.
It's Madrid on the ball. Lucas Vázquez back to Modric. James. Still James, taken off him by Leo Baptistão. Papa Diop with an intelligent ball out to Hernan Perez. Toni Kroos was there to take it off him. Brilliant play from the German in combination with Marcelo. Here's James. Good challenge from Hernan Perez. The referee was well placed to see how he took the ball off him cleanly. Baptistão gives it away to Modric. Modric was a typical snaking run through the middle, looking for support, trying to go all the way. Powers his way beyond Javi Lopez, leaves it for Marcelo. Marcelo's cross back to Modric. And in the end, Luka Modric wins the corner. It came off Javi Lopez, but that was frightening from Luka Modric for a moment there. He seemed to go past players at will.
Yeah, brilliant play. I think that's the best we've seen from Real Madrid so far in this game. Wonderful to see Luka Modric slaloming his way through the Espanyol side, and good play as well by Marcelo.
Kroos with the corner, headed clear by Oscar Duarte. And Madrid forced to play it all the way back to Kiko Casilla. Sends it back looking for Kroos. Good control from the German again. Kroos cuts it square.